up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all.
Frozen.
H6 all the hate. I won't get involved today.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Big Sprat coming at you guys with a brand new YouTube video on Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now today's video is going to be a little bit different than usual. We're going to be doing a tips and tricks / how-to video for movement and getting better movement in Call of Duty Black Ops. Call of Duty Black Ops, dude, imagine. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now hopefully you guys do take something away from this video. If you guys do, make sure to drop a like, make sure to sub, come to the streams if you guys do want to. We stream it all night, every night, 8 to 10 hours, usually every single night on twitch.tv/spracked. Come through, link in the description. Check it out, man. Ask any questions you guys got there. However, let's get right into the video. Now, before we start out, how to get better movement, I would highly recommend doing one of these few things to have optimized better movement. Now, if you have a scuff controller, you're already, ahead of the game, or a controller with paddles on the back. As you can see right here, I have a Scuff Vantage 2 controller. I have 4 paddles on the back. I do use a Control Freak. If you guys do want to have better accuracy, I'd highly recommend that. But yeah, this is a Scuff Vantage 2, 4 paddles on the back. I use one paddle, I use one of these paddles for jumping and one for sliding. I don't really use the other two. But with paddles, when you are playing the game, you can just click a paddle and you will slide, and then, one paddle to jump. So this can be very helpful because then when you're playing, you don't have to move your thumbs off the joysticks, and you can keep that accuracy when you're in the air, when you're sliding. So this is a big thing. Now, if you don't want to do that, if you don't have a Scuff controller, you don't have the option to get paddles or anything like that, there's another option called playing claw, which means you hold the controller kind of like this, where you have your index finger over the buttons, and it kind of looks like a claw shape. So you can also play like this. Some people like it, some people don't. I've never played claw, but that is another option. You guys can look that up if you guys would like to. It can help out a whole ton. And then, if you don't play claw and you stand on and you play on a regular controller, there are other options for you guys. You're not out of luck. So in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, they have a lot of button, layouts. So what a lot of people do, is they play tactical, which means it swaps your melee and your crouch, which is like sliding, prone, everything like that. It swaps those. So instead of clicking circle to crouch, you're actually clicking on the right analog stick. So then you don't have to bring your thumb off the joystick. So what you could do is you could put on tactical. And then there's also another option called bumper jumper. This makes it so that instead of using your X button or whatever button it is for you, instead of using your X button, you actually use a bumper to jump. So if you want to, if you have a default controller and you don't have paddles or anything, or you don't want to play claw, I'd highly recommend trying out bumper jumper. You could do bumper jumper tactical if you want the most optimized settings for movement. I'd play on default because I have a Scuff controller. However, there are options for you guys that do not have Scuffs or that don't play claw. Just throwing that out there. Alright, so now to get better movement, I would highly recommend, if you play on, no matter what you play on, to set your slide behavior to tap. That way, when you are clicking your button to slide, all you have to do is click it and you'll just start sliding. Instead of holding it, I switched this like probably first day because I realized, who wants to hold down a button every time they want to slide? You want to be able to slide whenever, and how many times you ever want to, you know what I'm saying? So you want to set that to tap instead of hold. You're just going to be able to get it off quicker, stuff like that. I do have tactical sprint, automatic tactical sprint on. The only reason I have this on is because my joystick is starting to wear out from me clicking it so many times. So that way, all you have to do is you just go up on the joystick and it'll automatically start, tactical sprinting, which is really nice. So like in the game, you'll just, you'll just be standing, just go forward, and it starts running. This isn't the best for, everybody, but if your joystick is starting to wear out, I'd highly recommend it. If you guys watch all of my, clips from my montage or stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, you can see that in a lot of my clips, I am sliding, I am jumping, I am, not really running into stuff, but, pre-aiming and predicting where people are just by getting around the map pretty quickly. So when it comes to, movement, it helps a whole ton in Modern Warfare because the snipers are so much more underpowered than all the other guns in the game. So with that being said, I'd highly recommend, getting better movement. The way to get better movement Switching your settings, like I said, watching people that have good movement, just watching how they play, seeing how they get around the map, seeing how they move and what they do in certain, circumstances and stuff like that. But also the main thing is just playing and practicing, going into a private match, playing public match every day, practicing every day. You're gonna, I didn't start out, being able to slide and jump and do all this fancy stuff first day. It takes practice for everybody. So, what I'm saying, when you are, getting used to it, it's gonna take some time, but, we got time. So that's another key thing, just repetition, practice, just like anything in life, just like quick scoping and stuff like that. It'll definitely help you get a lot better movement, and with better movement comes better clips, better opportunities. Once you start learning spawns and where people are at on the map, you'll be able to, let's say there's a spawn right here. I've hit a lot of feeds right here. This is a really good spawn. So if I'm over here and there's nobody here yet, I'm just kind of like, trying to see if there's anybody over there. I'll kind of like slide over here and then like pre-aim it before I even see anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll come over here, I'll slide or jump, and then boom, I'm already in my scope. If there's a guy, boom, dead. You know what I'm saying? So, it's very, very effective if you start to learn spawns and you get good movement. You're not like running into stuff. You're not, sliding into stuff, not knowing where you're going. Just having a nice controlled movement, being able to pre-aim stuff and predict people. It's going to help out a whole ton with clips, getting better at the game, and just hitting more shots in general. One last thing before before I show off a couple clips where I do have some decent movement, is if we go into the settings option, they recently added a brand new controller setting, which is called Deadzone. Now, I just wanted to briefly go over this because I know a lot of people don't know what this actually means. Deadzone, if you go to my Twitch channel, I have a command in it, just !Deadzone in my chat, twitch.tv/Spract. However, basically, if you have a really good controller that doesn't, your controller's not doing this or like drifting one way when you're just not, when you're not doing anything, if it's not doing that and you have a really good controller, I'd highly recommend setting this to 0 or as low as you can go without having any drift. Drift is pretty bad. I mean, it can be pretty annoying. So right now, as you can see, I have 0 dead zone, and my controller's just fine. My guy's not moving at all, so that's really what you want. If you do have a bad controller, what I would recommend is, testing it out, seeing how low you can go without having drift. So let's say your controller's pretty rough. It was doing this before, so then it's still doing it, and then you got to increase it a little bit more. Try out this one. Oh, it's not doing it anymore. Try, going down like 1 or 2. Just testing it out and seeing how low your dead zone can go without having that, drift. The lower your dead zone, the more accurate and, the more precise you can be. The higher the dead zone, the less drift you will have, but it will cost you, accuracy, and just your joystick won't respond the exact way you want it to when you're playing the game. So I just wanted to go over that. Hopefully that is helpful. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like, make sure to subscribe, come to the Twitch if you guys want to. I am a full-time streamer, but I try to upload whenever I can on YouTube. #PartnerSpract. We did apply for partnership, and hopefully we're going to be joining Soar Gaming. #SoarSpract. If you guys want to help me out, man, just come to the streams, use the hashtag. And I'm always active on Twitter as well. All my links are in the description below. Without further ado, got some clips that we're going to roll out. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Peace out, people. Brand new video will be coming out soon as well. Thank you guys for all the love on the YouTube channel. Peace out, guys.
That's what they call me. I promise that you'll never be lonely. Peter Pan, that's what they call me. I promise that you'll never be lonely.